The elevator ride down feels endless. Linh Dan's hands stay perfectly still at her sides. Security waits near her desk, polite but firm. Colleagues pretend to type, their eyes avoiding hers. Whispers float like smoke in the air. She packs her things one by one. Phone, certificate, notebook, nothing more. The sound of the box closing feels final. Outside, the city hums, indifferent. She drives home without music, only silence. Her phone buzzes just as she parks. Jia Han's name flashes on the screen. Her voice is light, almost playful. "Hey, I didn't think they'd actually fire you." For a moment, Linh Dan can't breathe. "You called my company," she says softly. "It was just a joke. Don't be dramatic." The words strike harder than the accusation itself. A joke that cost her everything. She ends the call without replying. The apartment greets her with emptiness. Family photos smile from every wall. Smiles that now feel like lies. She takes them down one by one. The tiny holes left behind look like scars. Each picture slides into a box, carefully. Not anger, just clarity. 15 years of giving, erased in one afternoon. Her mind replays old scenes in cruel detail. Birthdays she paid for. Loans she never saw returned. A sister who cried and always got saved. A mother who praised responsibility but demanded sacrifice. A father who stayed silent behind his paper. It all adds up now. Every debt disguised as love. Every guilt wrapped in the word family. She pours a glass of water, hands shaking. No more tears come. Only exhaustion, deep and cold. Her laptop screen glows in the dark. Blank document. New beginning. She types, restructuring plan. Not for a company, but for herself. Step 1, stop rescuing people who sink themselves. Step 2, rebuild. Step 3, forgive later maybe. She reads the words aloud, slow and steady. The calm feels unfamiliar, almost dangerous. On the counter, her phone lights again. A message from her mother. "We're worried, darling. Your father says you should take some time off." No apology. No question about truth. Only the same gentle control, disguised as concern. She deletes it. Another message follows from Jia Han. A photo of paintbrushes and a studio. "Found an art class, only $5,000, help me." Linh Dan laughs, a sharp, broken sound. Even now, they still reach for her wallet, not her heart. She turns off the phone. Silence returns, heavy but honest. For the first time, she lets it stay. She looks around her bare apartment. No photos, no noise, no demands. Only her and the truth. The night outside stretches wide and endless. Tomorrow, she'll start again. Not for them. For her. 3 weeks later, the city wakes before her. Linh Dan sits at her desk, surrounded by notes. Charts, printouts, strategy outlines cover every inch. She studies market reports until dawn breaks. Sleep can wait. She's rebuilding from the ashes. A single name glows on her screen. Cambridge and Stratton Group. A boutique firm rising fast in the industry. Tomorrow, she has an interview there. She rehearses answers under her breath. Every question. Every scenario. She will not fail again. At 2 a.m., her reflection in the window stares back. A woman stripped of illusions, but still standing. That's enough. The morning comes crisp and merciless. She dresses in gray, calm and sharp. No perfume, no jewelry. Only focus. The building's glass walls gleam like opportunity. The receptionist smiles, offering water. "Mr. Ellis will see you now." Her heels echo down the corridor. In the conference room, light floods the table. Graham Ellis stands waiting, silver hair and steady eyes. "Miss Nguyen," he says, "I've heard remarkable things." She nods, her voice level. "I'm ready to prove them true." The interview feels different from the others. No empty formalities, no small talk. He asks about numbers, not theories. About failures, not excuses. She answers without fear. Her data, her logic, her precision speak for her. He leans back, studying her. Your analysis of the Dorchester sector is exceptional. She doesn't smile. Thank you, but it can be better. He opens a folder, sliding it across the table. Inside, an offer letter. Director of Client Strategy. Her breath catches when she sees the number. Double her previous salary. He taps the page once. You understand Wendell and Hayes better than anyone. We've been watching them lose ground. We want you to help us take it. For a heartbeat, the world steadies. Justice, disguised as opportunity. When can you start? Monday. No hesitation. Outside, the city hums with life. She steps into the wind, the contract in her bag. The past no longer defines her. That night, her phone rings again. Her mother's voice floats through the line. We heard you're between jobs. Do you need help? Linh Dan almost laughs. Help? From the people who destroyed her stability. I'm fine, she says quietly. A pause, then the familiar tone. There's a position at your father's store, just until. She ends the call mid-sentence. A new message blinks from Gia Han. Congrats on the new gig. Can you lend me $5,000? Delete. She closes her laptop, sets her alarm for dawn. Tomorrow, she will walk into a new world. Not as the victim they created, but as the architect of her own return. Outside, thunder rolls faintly over the skyline. A storm is coming. And this time, she's ready to meet it. 2 weeks into the new job, Linh Dan moves like precision itself. Numbers, meetings, late nights, and quiet coffee cups. Cambridge and Stratton is a battlefield, but she thrives. Graham Ellis watches from his glass office, half smiling. You work like someone chasing ghosts, he says once. She replies without looking up. Not ghosts, consequences. He laughs, but she means it. Her first major project arrives on a Friday morning. Stonewell Investments. A massive account worth $60 million. The same client her old firm bragged about for years. Can you get them? Graham asks. She only nods. Her hands already reach for the data. Night becomes her ally. Every file, every market trend, every weak point in Stonewell's portfolio. She knows Wendell and Hayes inside out. Their secrets are still in her memory. Their arrogance is her weapon now. By dawn, she has the pitch ready. Charts clear, strategy flawless, language sharp. The boardroom smells of new coffee and quiet tension. Stonewell's executives sit across from her, polite but guarded. She begins with numbers. Your emerging markets fund underperformed by 3.2% last quarter. Heads lift. Attention captured. For 90 minutes, she leads them through data, logic, and opportunity. Not one wasted word. When she finishes, silence fills the room. Then the CEO leans back, thoughtful. We'll discuss internally, he says. But the decision is already made. 3 days later, Graham bursts into her office. $50 million, he says, eyes bright. Stonewell signed, you did it. Applause erupts down the hall. Champagne corks echo against the glass walls. Linh Dan smiles, small and controlled. Her phone vibrates in her pocket. Unknown number. She steps aside to check. Martin Caldwell. Her former boss. The man who watched her fall. She hesitates, then listens to the voicemail. Linh Dan, I heard about Stonewell. Perhaps we could talk. There may have been a misunderstanding. The irony burns like acid. She stares at the screen for a long second. Then presses delete. No explanations. No closure. Just silence. That evening, the city glows in celebration lights. Her reflection in the window looks almost unfamiliar. Confidence reborn. The next morning, a business journal hits her desk. Her name on the cover. Rising star, the woman who redefined client strategy. She reads it once, then sets it aside. Recognition feels hollow compared to what she's gained. Not fame. Not revenge. Control. When the applause fades and the office quiets, she opens her planner. A single note written in blue ink. Never forget who tried to break you. She closes it gently, smiling to herself. Justice doesn't always roar. Sometimes it signs a contract in silence. The message from her mother arrives at midnight. Proud of you, darling. We saw your article. Attached is a smiling emoji and a photo of a dinner table. The same family that ignored her now remembers her success. The next morning, the doorbell rings. TU letter 1EA5 and Kayat stands outside, hands in his pockets. Hey sis, just checking in, he says casually. His eyes wander toward her apartment interior. It's nice here, you've done well. She crosses her arms, waiting. He clears his throat, avoiding her gaze. Mom and Dad are redoing the kitchen. Costs about $20,000. She says nothing. They were hoping you could help, just until their loan clears. Her laugh cuts through the air like glass breaking. Is that what they call it now? Helping? He frowns, defensive. We're family, Lynn. You always said family supports each other. She walks to her desk and opens her laptop. Rows of spreadsheets fill the screen. Dates, amounts, recipients, and a final column, unpaid. She turns the screen toward him. Do you see this, Kayat? 7 years of help. He blinks, mouth half open. 23,000 to Gia Han, 18 to you, 35 to Mom and Dad. I kept records, every promise, every lie. His voice drops. That's harsh. No, she says, calm and cold. That's math. He shifts uncomfortably, running a hand through his hair. I didn't mean. Yes, you did, she interrupts. When I was promoted, you needed tuition. When I bought my first car, you needed rent. When I lost my job, you said nothing. The silence between them feels heavy. He mutters something about misunderstanding. She closes the laptop with a soft click. I'm done misunderstanding. Her tone is final. Go home, Kayat. He hesitates, then leaves without another word. The door closes behind him with a dull thud. That night, she writes 4 letters. One for her parents. One for Gia Han. One for TU letter 1EA5 and Kayat. One for herself. Each line precise, deliberate, without apology. She writes about truth, debt, and boundaries. She attaches copies of transfers, receipts, and text messages. No insults, no emotion, only evidence. The final sentence repeats in every letter. No more. When morning comes, she walks to the post office. The clerk stamps each envelope, asking, certified mail. Yes, she replies, I need confirmation. He nods, sliding the letters into the outgoing bin. The sound of them dropping is quiet but absolute. Walking back to her car, the air feels lighter. For the first time in years, her spine straightens without effort. She checks her watch. Still time to get coffee before work. The sunlight catches the edge of her reflection in a shop window. No guilt, no fear. Just a woman who has finally learned to say no. The first message comes at dawn. Mother's voice trembles through the voicemail. How could you say such things after all we've done? Delete. The next one follows seconds later. Father's tone sharp, full of authority. You will fix this immediately. Your mother is in tears. Delete. Gia Han's texts arrive in rapid bursts. You had no right to expose our family. Then another. I was angry, okay. I didn't mean to ruin your life. Then softer. Please, Lynn, let's talk. She doesn't reply. The phone buzzes again and again, desperate. By noon, 20 missed calls blink across the screen. She turns the phone face down on her desk. The silence inside the office feels sacred. Work becomes her sanctuary, her armor. Numbers make sense. People don't. Graham knocks lightly on her door. "You all right?" he asks, watching her face. "Perfect," she answers. He nods once, trusting her lie. That night, she scrolls through the messages one last time. Every word reeks of guilt dressed as love. Her finger hovers over the delete button, then presses it. All gone. The next morning, one message remains unread. From TU, letter 1EA5 N Kayat. "Got your letter. You're right, I need help. No money, just talk." She stares at it for a long moment. Maybe he means it. Maybe not. But something in the simplicity feels real. Still, she doesn't answer. Not yet. Days pass without chaos. Her phone stays silent. No crying voicemails, no endless requests. The quiet feels strange at first, then peaceful. She begins to sleep through the night again. At breakfast, she catches herself humming. Freedom sounds like that, small, unnoticed, but steady. The following week, she receives a single text. A photo from TU, letter 1EA5 N Kayat's hand. A bronze coin, stamped with the number 30. "One day at a time," the message reads. Her throat tightens unexpectedly. She types deletes, then types again. "I'm proud of you, keep going." His reply comes minutes later. "Thanks, sis." No excuses. No hidden ask. Just gratitude. She exhales slowly, setting the phone aside. The air in her apartment feels lighter. On the table lies a watercolor set she bought years ago. Unused. She opens it, dips the brush in blue. The first stroke across the page feels like breathing. Outside, rain begins to fall softly, each drop tapping against the glass like punctuation. The past knocking one last time before fading away. She paints until the city sleeps. When she finally stops, her hands are steady. For the first time, her silence doesn't feel empty. It feels earned. The doorbell rings on a Saturday morning. 3 short bursts. Her mother's old habit. Through the peephole, Linh Dan sees them all. Mother in front, clutching her purse. Father behind, jaw tight. Gia hand fidgeting, eyes red. TU letter 1EA5 N Kayat standing apart, hands in pockets. She considers not answering. Then opens the door. Mother steps in without waiting. "We need to talk about those letters," she declares. They gather in the living room like a jury. Father crosses his arms, the voice of command ready. "This has gone far enough," he begins. "The point," Linh Dan interrupts, "was truth." Mother's lips tremble. "You humiliated us. Those things were private. Private like being accused of theft by my own sister." Silence cuts through the room. Gia Han lowers her gaze. "I didn't think they'd actually fire you," she whispers. "I was angry. You've always had everything." Linh Dan laughs quietly, without humor. "Everything? I gave you $80,000 in 10 years. You call that everything?" Gia Han blinks fast, mascara smudging. Mother interjects. "Family helps each other." "Family doesn't exploit," Linh Dan says. "Family doesn't destroy careers out of envy." TU letter 1EA5 N Kayat shifts, voice low. "She's right." All eyes turn to him. "I've been gambling for years," he admits. "I took advantage of her too." Mother gasps, hand to her chest. Father looks away. "I'm getting help now," Kayat continues. "I don't want to live like this anymore." His honesty breaks the tension. For a moment, everyone breathes. Then Gia Han speaks again, softer. "I was jealous," she says. "You made it look easy. I wanted that." "Easy," Linh Dan repeats. "I worked 60 hours a week while covering your debts." Father clears his throat. "We may have expected too much," he admits quietly. Mother's perfect posture falters. We thought since you were doing well. You thought my success meant endless resources. No one argues. The truth fills the space, sharp but cleansing. For the first time, they see her not as a bank but a person. I'm setting conditions, she says finally. 3 of them. Honesty, financial transparency, family therapy for 1 year. After that, quarterly sessions. They listen, stunned but silent. Father nods first. Agreed. Mother wipes her eyes, voice trembling. We'll do it. Kayat looks steadier than ever. Jiahan meets Linh Dan's gaze. Thank you for giving us a chance, she says. The clock ticks softly in the background. Outside, sunlight filters through the curtains. No hugs, no dramatics. Just quiet acknowledgement. Healing doesn't shout. It begins in the stillness after truth is spoken. Months pass, soft and steady. The silence between calls becomes peace, not distance. Linh Dan's office now overlooks the whole skyline. Her name engraved beside the firm's partners. 50 clients followed her from the past. Justice no longer feels like revenge, but balance. One morning, an email arrives from her father. Attached are financial reports and a handwritten note. We've made the changes you asked for. If you're willing, we'd like to meet again. She drives to the old house at sunset. The luxury cars are gone, the garden simple. Mother greets her with quiet eyes and a wool sweater. Father's posture is smaller, humble. Jiahan and Tu, letter 1EA5, and Kayat wait at the table. No one sits at the head. 4 equals, not a hierarchy. They share plans, therapy notes, receipts, progress. No begging, no guilt. Only effort. Linh Dan listens, then smiles faintly. For the first time, she believes them. Outside, the air smells like spring. She steps into the light, leaving the door open behind her. Not forgetting. Just beginning again, this time on her own terms.